Gary Bond. Gary Bond says consensual procedure agreed by the parties to resolve their disputes by a non-governmental authority. This is to be underlined. So these three shows very clearly that there should be a dispute between parties. This is one. Number two is that will be a private individual or a team of individuals who will resolve the issue, and it will not be a government authority, it will be a non-government authority. These are the basics and fundamentals of globally recognized arbitration practice. All of you must be knowing that arbitration is not an invention of India. It has been in practice for hundreds of years globally. And after the New York Convention on Recognition and Enforcement of International or Foreign Arbitral Awards, it took a shape. At that point of time, 34 countries, including India, came forward to sign that in 1948. Now we have more than 160 countries who have adopted New York Convention. New York Convention gives you two benefits. That is, it recognizes the arbitration agreement. That means if a court in the member country sees an arbitration agreement in a contract, it should not further delay the process by adjudication. It should refer the matter to arbitration. So this is the recognition of an arbitration agreement. Number two is if there is an award passed in any of the member countries, the other member country should recognize the same. Sorry for a minute. The next one is, let us see what is the basics of a competition law. Now we have a global framework which works on a private and non-governmental institution or a team of members to resolve the disputes is what arbitration law is. Now let us see what is competition law. An act to provide, keeping in view of the economic development of the country, for establishment of a commission. This is the objective. I have just taken it from the objective of the Competition Act. To avoid adverse effect on competition and to propose sustainable competition markets. Competition should be in the market, should be protected, and to protect the interests and to ensure freedom of trade and by other partition markets in India and the matters connected therewith. That means here we are trying to regulate the market to ensure competition, and we try to avoid as much as possible any dominant or a method by which a dominant situation is created and the other parties lose the benefit of having a competitive market. So here it is more of a regulatory mechanism by which the government is trying to regulate, as the professor was telling earlier, regulate certain things including price, including the dominance, including the cartel, avoidance of cartel, all those things. So now we have understood the basics of both the laws. Now the next point what we have to see is what is arbitrability of disputes. Because the first question which arises is, arbitral tribunal has the power to determine the jurisdiction. So that means if an arbitral tribunal can decide its jurisdiction, that means the arbitral tribunal can decide whether a competition issue which is brought before them by one of the parties to the dispute is arbitrable in nature. So here they have the powers to decide whether they have the jurisdiction to handle that issue or not. But at the same time, every country has a procedural law. All the member countries, as I told you, have a procedural law. Particularly after introduction of UNCITRAL model law, 83 countries all over the world have adopted a similar procedural law. Procedural law means the procedures of arbitration is determined and put in proper sequence in the Act. So we have an Arbitration and Conciliation Act for 1996, which is applicable to all arbitrations which are seated in India. You know well, arbitration internationally can be seated anywhere else also. Arbitration recognizes neutral seats, neutral law. That means a party from China and India, when they are fighting a commercial arbitration case, they need not fight either in China or in India. They can choose a neutral seat like Singapore or New York or London. Same way, they need not choose either the Chinese law or Indian law. They can choose a neutral law as well. Neutral law can be chosen for the substantive portion of the contract interpretation. Procedural law automatically comes with the seat of arbitration chosen by the parties. So there is a law, arbitration law, which governs the procedure of arbitration in each country. But in every country, there is always a restriction to the arbitrability. In our act also, there is a provision of section 2.3, subclass 3, subsection 3, which provides that all all disputes cannot be resolved by the arbitration procedure. Same way, if you see, the competition law section 61 provides a bar for the civil courts from adjudicating any competition law issues. In arbitration law, you must have known or please understand that all the disputes, whichever even arises out of a contract, cannot be adjudicated by an arbitral tribunal. There are limitations to it. For example, you can say generally criminal cases, matrimonial disputes, mortgage cases, and all those things. You may have a question why these cannot be adjudicated in an arbitral tribunal. The main question is these type of disputes are called as the disputes which are extending to the level of deciding the right in rem. What is rights in rem? Which decides an issue which may have an impact. That is why a mortgage case cannot be arbitrated. It is declaring the mortgage right of various parties, not only the party to the contract, but also to various other parties. So Indian law, by Justice Ravindran judgment in Booz Allen case, it was decided that rights in rem cannot be decided or adjudicated by an arbitral tribunal. So what can be adjudicated? Only rights in personam. That means rights between the parties can only be adjudicated by an arbitral tribunal. What is the danger? Let us assume that the arbitral tribunal decides to take up a competition matter and decides in its award. What can happen? Every country, as I told you, there are restrictions. So if an arbitral tribunal decides something which is not permitted under the classification of arbitration, or it is decided as an issue or a dispute which cannot be decided by the procedure of arbitration, then that award given by the arbitral tribunal can be set aside. If it is a foreign award, while they come from that foreign country to India to enforce against any party, the courts can refuse by saying that this award cannot be enforced because the issue decided by the arbitral tribunal is not an issue which is arbitrable. So I hope you understand, because in both the cases, why we go to arbitration, we should get an award and enforce it. If an award is tomorrow going to be set aside because the tribunal decided something which is not arbitrable, then there is no point in going for an arbitration. Same way, in an international award, if an issue which is not arbitrable is decided, then the court in which that award is going to be enforced may refuse to enforce the award. So this is the danger. So always tribunals will be cautious in giving an enforceable award so that the parties get the actual benefit of it. So now let us see what are the views of foreign courts. You can note down these judgments. You must have heard about them also. First one is by U.S. Supreme Court. U.S. Supreme Court said federal antitrust claims are arbitrable. So the US court took a view that even the antitrust claims, which are part of the competition law activities, can be arbitrated. But they put only one condition, that it should be arising out of an international transaction or an international arbitration. It cannot be between the parties from the same country. In Economic Union, European Union also, European Court of Justice held that competition clauses also could be arbitrated. But still now, in Indian view, remains that the competition activity, the competition regulatory activity and its investigation and its results are matters arising out of rights of the parties arising in rem. They are not the rights of the parties arising out of a right in personam. So in such a situation, one of the courts in Delhi High Court, one of the party challenged the action taken by Competition Commission in an issue which is arising out of a contract. The Delhi court said that both the proceedings can go parallelly, but the competition related investigation can only be done by the Competition Commission of India and not by the arbitral tribunal. So as of now, Indian view is that competition disputes are not arbitrable. This is my presentation. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thanks a lot for your presentation, sir. Akash, please unmute Zubair sir, because Zubair sir wanted to say something.
Sure. I've unmuted him here.
Yes, Zubair sir.